And I'm Simon. And today we're going to do a video on our Dice Tower West convention experience.
Yeah, first convention, first board game convention, and
First convention of any
in
kind
general,
ever. Yeah.
and what a gem we picked.
It was so fun. It was so fun.
Yeah, I think we just didn't know what to expect, right? We were so excited, so looking forward to it. We're fairly new to the board gaming hobby. I would consider us to be baby board gamers in a way, especially after meeting thousands of these gamers that are so immersed in the hobby.
And it was pretty glaring,
Yeah.
the valley between us and them, some of these people.
Which is okay. You got to start somewhere.
Totally.
But man, I don't think we'll ever forget walking in for the first time. Just it was
you can hear the rumble,
the rumbling of everyone playing. It was just it was like a first time experience that will only happen once, that we've like put in our vault and will carry with us forever. It was awesome. First of all, walking in, the setup was great. It was very easy to find.
We had the 5-day pass. We had the
5-day pass. We walked in, easy to find, registration, a breeze. They gave us a nice big bag we could carry our stuff around in, some badges, programs, maps, people everywhere. If you had any questions, there was someone available to guide you or walk you through what to do. We did go to the first timers meetup where they went over just kind of the basics, which was very helpful.
And we got to meet Tim, who does the convention with the Dice Tower guys. I guess he's got a local board game cafe there. So that was cool. Everybody introduced themselves, kind of went through the basics, and there was a little Q&A. I think that was important that we did that.
It was. It kind of just laid the guidelines.
Right. Right.
And yeah, we kind of walked around trying to get our bearings.
The way they had it set up was they had the main ballroom, which was huge, where they had the library. And then they had a little portion of tables that were the hot games. That were just games that were permanently set up, that would never be put away, and you could sit down and play. And then they had the rest of the hall was all tables where people could play.
Yeah, open play they called it. And there were different areas for open play as well. There was the grand ballroom, and then I forget the hall's name. They had
a second ballroom.
Right, where you could
they had demos.
Do the demos. The exhibit area was there, but then they also had more open play area, as well as the prototyping and the paint and take, which we actually did. That was one of the first things we did because we were overwhelmed. We were so cute. We were just walking around like, with the library. I'll never forget walking into that for the first time and just being like, oh, whoa. Yeah. It was so incredible. But yeah, we ended up in the quiet little corner of the paint and
take. In the beginning of the convention, first day,
they're like, oh, you want to come and paint? I think we might be one of the first to paint anything. And that was fun. That was a grounding experience. We got to kind of take a breath, and we have our cute little miniatures we painted, first miniatures we have ever painted. And yeah, that was a sweet little beginning moment.
And the guy, sorry, we don't remember your name. The guy who was doing the paint and take was great.
No, so helpful.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll tag him because he has a game store,
I believe,
San
Diego,
California, somewhere, not sure, but
fabulous.
Yeah, thank you so much for your support. Everybody was so friendly and helpful. And then I think, what was the first game we played? Oh, we checked out Splendor Duel.
Oh yeah.
We love Splendor. It's like at the top, of course, and we've heard so much about the dual version, and we just were like, oh, why not? Let's just try it. And we absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it was great.
Definitely picking that up ASAP. Liked it a little more than the regular version. I like the layers and depth that it provided.
And then we did Sanibel, didn't we, in the hot games?
We did, and we had this Tony, sweet Tony, that was so patient and taught us so easily. That's something that we noticed as well. Some of these seasoned board gamers could sit down and go and glance through a rule book, like, okay, got it, and go. And we're just sitting here like, okay.
Because that's what the hot games area was just people sitting there thumbing through trying to learn games.
Right. And some were just like, they pick it up so easy. And I think
some of these were super complicated games. So listen, anybody who is willing to teach games at a convention like that,
Yeah, thank you.
God
Thank you.
bless
God bless
you.
you. And maybe one day we'll be those
Yeah,
people. But,
totally.
we've noticed and I've come to an understanding that, there's a spectrum and there's different
Hmm.
layers and on we're still learning mechanics and, for these seasoned pros that have been board gaming for years and years and years, I believe, certain mechanics, once you learn the mechanics, you kind of, it's not, I don't want to say all the
There's a lot of
same,
crossover in
but
a
there
lot of
is a
these
lot of
games.
crossover and it's easier to pick up on where we're still learning mechanics and some of this stuff is just like, so we're so grateful. Thank you, Tony. We've had a lot of great people sit down and read through instructions with us.
Dan the Man with
Dan the Man, shout out with
Sweetlands.
Sweetlands. That game was on like the top of my list to want to try to play. I was nuts. I love the art. I loved the pieces. I loved it. It just to me, just seeing it. That designer, I think it's Uchibaya. I don't want to botch the name. I'll tag her. Um, she was. I just love her art and her vibe. And I was so intrigued that you had the to be the king of this new factory and like I don't know, it was something to behold though. But Dan was so patient and I was like, I hope you're patient because like here we are like trying to maybe learn how to play this game
Yeah, he was the one that read through the instructions
and
and
then just
taught
was like,
us.
oh yeah, okay, here you go, here you go, here you go. Just so thank you. That was
Yes.
that was like it was. I guess the term would be crunchy. It was extremely
That was a very,
crunchy.
very heavy
It
game.
was such a heavy game. My brain hurt. I was exhausted afterwards. I was like
It was an
grateful it was
hour. The teach
over.
was an hour, and the game itself was 3.5
It was
hours.
like 4.5 hours sitting. I mean, when you're playing a game, it doesn't seem like that. It does go by quicker, but it was just. I'm still deciding if a super heavy game is something that I really enjoy. I do like Arc Nova, and I did like it, and I think that if I had like several more plays, I would probably love it. But it's tricky because at the con you have like a certain amount of time. So for us that are baby gamers, we're leaning on and grateful for those who do teach.
Yeah, and we met Tom Vassell. Remember that first day? He was just kind of standing
Walking
there,
around
and
like
he is an enormous human being as far as height. We,
random thing to say. Hey Tom, you're an
I
enormous human being. So
that
are
really
we.
took me
I
by
mean,
surprise how tall he
he
was.
was tall,
Super
very
nice guy.
nice, very
Yes,
nice,
not super nice guy. Took
warm,
a picture.
welcoming,
Yes,
very cool to see because we do watch his content on YouTube
all
and
those Dice Tower guys
yeah,
were
all the
walking
Dice
around. They were
Tower,
all
the
there.
whole team. That was fun.
And then on Wednesday, the exhibitor thing opens. I think is that right? I believe that's true. Like Wednesday, the
It's a
exhibitor thing
blur.
opened. So that was cool to see all the vendors and everybody from selling games to T-shirts to
Dice to
stickers and all
trinkets
kinds of
and
stuff.
games and yeah, just t-shirts, all sorts of stuff. That was fun. I got lost in there. I found a cute little pin. I'll put a little picture of my
We
pin.
picked up a couple games
Fishing
in
is
that
cute.
area. Met some cool
Mm-hmm.
people in there. Had some demos. We signed up on Thursday to get some demos. What are your thoughts on the demos?
It was an interesting experience, and I don't want to, you know, sound ungrateful, but I feel like we could have had better teachers, and I understand, and we do appreciate that if you're volunteering your time to teach games,
God
thank
bless
you.
you.
Yeah,
Yes.
bless you, bless you, bless you. But also, it was just we kind of taught ourselves and or I left frustrated, and want to experience. I will say that we demoed two games. One was Solar Gardens, not for me, absolutely not for me. um, and
Fountains.
Fountains, and I actually really enjoyed and
Yeah,
loved
Fountains was neat.
Fountains. um,
And then that was Wednesday. And now this thing runs. They say the library was closed from 2 to 4 in the morning. It's 4 a.m. But if you had a game out, you could play it all night until the library opened again. So it's essentially 24 hours. But we didn't
which
do
is
that.
nuts.
We
Yeah,
were 8 or 9 in the morning. We left at about midnight
yeah, which is crazy
because we
long
didn't stay
day,
at the hotel. We still had to drive to where we were staying.
which is not a good move.
Um,
Next year we will not be doing that. We'll be staying at the hotel. I'll go take a nap, babe. You can
right.
stay and play. That just sounds much better.
Exactly.
Um, what
What did you
else?
think about the Westgate?
It was okay. It was fine. I wish I had a little bit more food options.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it wasn't. I had. It was fine. It was fine. I didn't stay in the room, so I don't have that kind of to review. But
And we had to
parking
pay
was
for parking. It
easy.
was
Yeah,
like $11 each day, except on Saturday,
was.
where they charge you 30 plus the 11. I don't know
Oh,
what.
I didn't know
There's a
that.
volleyball tournament happening, or
Dang.
I don't know what it was, but it was
Yeah, so that is
Saturday was
something
popping at
to
the Westgate.
consider.
Um, so yeah, there was that, and then it was kind of a blur. I don't know how many games we played, but it goes pretty
We
quick.
played 21 games.
It goes pretty quick. Um, all of a sudden it's like, whoa, it's 4 in the afternoon. Should we get something to eat? And it just goes so fast.
Yeah, I think it's just you're surrounded by those who want to play and have all these options, and you just want to really capitalize on your time there. And another cool piece for me was, you know, we were just walking around the hot game area
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, looking at games and, hey, we're about ready to play. Do you want to play? I think that happened when we went to play Sanctuary, and
Mm-hmm.
that was just, it was so nice, you know. And those were another set of guys that were like, yeah, okay, this is pretty standard. Let's play, let's go. And they were patient with us, and we do appreciate that. But we really did like that game a lot. It's like Ark Nova,
Mm-hmm.
but more chill,
It's a lighter
less,
version of
yeah,
Ark Nova.
lighter for sure. That was lovely.
The other hot game we played was Take Time, which I thought very similar to The Mind,
Hmm.
in that same family as The Mind. If anybody's ever played The Mind, I thought it was a good game.
Yeah,
A little
it was
party
good.
game. Party game, not
I'm
that
not gonna
heavy.
rush out and buy it
Right.
right away.
Party game
But
was good.
yeah, it was fun. Um, Takanoko. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
We tried Takanoko. It was something that Simon pulled out from the library to play, and this man loved it so much that he rated it a
10. It is right up there with one of the best games I've ever played in my life. And I'm
that's
not kidding. It's that good. It's, where you're laying the tiles and you're growing bamboo and having your panda eat the bamboo and your
he's so
gardener.
cute.
It's just,
He's so cute.
it literally blew me away how good it
It
was.
was a really
It's
great game.
not very heavy.
I
It's a light game.
wouldn't rate it a 10.
I
A
think
10 is like
it's so
reserved
well
for
done.
like,
It's so well done.
it's so cute though. The panda, the bamboo,
The
the
little
mechanics
gardener man.
easy.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very great gateway game. I think,
Yes.
you know, easy to play, and we really like those. You know, we do love a good heavy game, but we really love those light medium games that you're just like, oh,
Windmill
soothes
Valley
you.
is a medium game that we loved.
Windmill Valley. Let's talk about that
Windmill Valley.
too.
You're tulip farmers in Holland.
Lovely. I'm in.
That was a really good game
Loved
as
the
well.
art. It was vibrant,
Mm-hmm.
bright, the little tulip pieces and the windmills, and I just love components. Like who doesn't, right? But like if there are great components like in Wingspan with the bird feeder dice tower or the little eggs or the components in games are so important. If they are great, I'm going to love you. I'm going to talk about it. And because we, you know, we all play with our eyes, our hands, tactile. That's what we love about gaming too. Is it's that tactile thing that you're doing. You can stem on some of these pieces throughout the entire game. And man, Windmill Valley, I love those components. They had really, really great ones, and we will be adding that to our collection.
12 Rivers, you can see behind us, as well as Wonderland's War we liked so much we went and bought those.
Right away,
yes.
immediately. 12 Rivers, that's my dream aesthetic. The purples, the pinks, the river, the board where you're like putting your pearls, I think they call them, your magic pearls, in the river. And like, I loved that game so much. I can't wait to do a review. Loved it, loved it, love it.
One thing we didn't do a lot at the convention was any of the talks or the
Well, we did. What did we do?
did the beginners.
We did the beginners,
welcome the beginners, and then we peeked in on the
a
game
game
show. We peeked in
show,
on the game show. That was
which I thought was
fun. But we
cute.
were there
Yeah,
to play games, so
I do regret missing Grant's comedy show
do
that
you?
he tried to get me to, and I was like, And yeah, we just heard that it was absolutely great, and do want to rewind time and attend.
So Saturday was our last day at the convention, and so Friday and Saturday were busy.
Yes,
Friday
because
and
they have
Saturday
3-day
were
badges,
busy.
right? So we had the 5-day badge, so we arrived Wednesday. So we had Wednesday and Thursday where there was less people.
It was
So
ramping up.
yeah, it was like a slow ramp. But then yeah, those 3-day badge holders came, and it was
hard to even find a table.
It was we always could. It took
Right.
maybe a little doing, but we could always find
We
a
even
table.
ended up in the
overflow room a few times. Yeah. And I didn't find it to be like harder to check a game out from the library, or I mean once or twice, but they came back quickly, and so it
Right.
really didn't affect that part of it too much.
There were a couple times they had an app, the Cardboard Events app or whatever it was,
Yes.
where you could just go in there and look in the library and go, oh, this game's checked out. This game is checked out. And
Which
then
was helpful.
we would go play a different game because they had thousands of games. And by the time we would come back, oh, it's back in. Let's get it.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah, let's talk about the app. The app was great.
Yes.
I feel like we didn't utilize it like a lot, but the tools that we did use, like the library and scheduling demos, and that part was great. I feel like we could have really utilized it a lot more, maybe next year, but I do appreciate having that, especially leading up to the convention, to learn the schedule and, see what's doing, right?
So what next year, what would you do differently?
Good question.
Or what would you suggest that we do that we didn't do this year? Maybe utilize the app more to get games and,
Yeah, perhaps. I guess I just don't know what I'm missing on the app to know
true.
that, but definitely have a more solid plan.
Yes.
Knowing what is there and how it works, having like games that we know we want to play, but also you can't be that rigid. I mean, either you have to be able to like flow and adapt to what's going on and leave room for spontaneity. But I would, there was a lot. I would say a good chunk of time that we spent going, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to play.
Right.
Like just in that like space of overwhelm. So now
it's
knowing
like trying
now,
to find something on Netflix or something.
That little bit
much that you don't know what to settle on.
Yeah.
So the first timer aspect of it, all we can say is for us it was great.
It was great.
If you've never gone, don't be intimidated. We were a little intimidated.
We were very intimidated.
But we never were made to feel like, oh, you guys are, I've been doing this 20 years and you guys have been, nobody ever made us feel that way though.
I'm going to be honest because that's what we do here. Okay. There were a few times where either we were invited into a game or we invited someone into a game where they were had a lot more experience in gaming, and I could sense the frustration of us trying to pick it up quickly or follow along easily.
Because we didn't want to, we didn't want to ruin their experience by, well, I played a game with these newbies and it was, you know what I mean?
But again,
a little bit of pressure in that
like
way.
There's also, so there were few experiences where we felt uncomfortable. I had a little too much sugar one morning and a lack of sleep, and I did cry just a little bit. But and I just realized in that moment, I was like, wow, we're really like little babies in this board gaming thing here, but it's totally okay. You have to start somewhere. And that's, I think, what we in doing this content want to do for those that are thinking about getting into board games or exploring this or thinking about going to an convention, that it's okay. You have to start somewhere. And what we did, and we are, and there are people that are so kind that will scoop you up and calm you, and yeah, for the most part. So just I can't speak highly enough about the experience. I want to go back. We returned. We're already talking about going back. Definitely, we'd love to go. That's my hometown, Las Vegas, born and raised. That's where we met and fell in love. And stomping grounds. Like friends are there. We want to return every year. It's such a great convention.
And you're surrounded by whatever it was, 5,000 people who all love board games just like you do.
Yeah,
and have the most like insane conversations about,
baggies for components and
that you don't have anywhere else. No conversations like that anywhere else.
It just was cracking us up.
Component trays. And all
it's
kinds
like
of stuff.
You think it's like so niche, and I guess in the grand scheme of life it may be, but when you're immersed in thousands of people, that are like-minded and love gaming, board games, tabletop games as much as you do. It just fills your heart up.
So yeah, we can't say enough good things about the Dice Tower West convention in
Yeah,
Las
thank you
Vegas.
guys. Thank you so much.
We want to come back, and if
Definitely.
you're a newbie and you want to go but something's holding you back, just go. You're gonna be glad you did.
And reach out to us if you have any questions at all about
100%.
our experience or anything like that. Like, who knows when you'll be watching this out there?
Because we do all the time.
Yeah,
people.
and we realized there were some videos on the convention, but not a lot. And so we both agreed, like, yes, we want to share our experience and help anyone that is considering going, like, learn from what we experienced and give tips. And so yes, our doors are open. Send us a message, comment.
And I just want to add one thing, if I could.
Oh, please.
It's a great way to play games that you'll never otherwise play.
Exactly.
Because they have thousands of games, and no matter how big your collection is, it's never going to be that big. So it's a great opportunity to play games you're never going to play.
That's where the being a little bit more prepared comes in, as far as what I would do different.
That's a good tip. Have a plan.
Have a wish list. And we did, but we kind of forgot about it here and there because we got caught up. But we did towards the end go back to our wish list,
like Sweetlands,
and like
was a big one that we wanted to play.
Windmill Valley, and like some of those we were like, okay, these are what we want.
And don't be afraid. Like, we played Splendor Duel. Don't be afraid to play a 2-player game.
Oh yeah, for sure. They have a whole section.
Yes.
Yeah, they have space, 2 players, small games, themes. They had like decorative themes on the top of the shelves. It was just a magical land.
And they had, which is new to us, obviously, because we've never been, a section called Play to Win, which I guess is standard at all these conventions. But for people who don't know, Play to Win is they had a section of a bunch of games that when you check them out, you and whoever you're playing with, you scan your ID, your badge, and you're entered in a raffle to win that game. So that's fun.
Yeah. And Simon, you're so cute. He was really insistent that we try to play, to play some games. And I remember it was, I don't know, Thursday night maybe, that we were so tired. It was like midnight, but we were like, we're here, let's do it. And we were
Do you know how many play to win games we actually played?
How many?
1.
Well,
we played 1 play to win game.
We did it. We were so tired. He's like, let's just play 1. And I said, you pick. He picked it. We brought it back. Where is it?
It's
somewhere.
Balconia. And what happened?
This man won the game.
We played one play to win game 1 time. And we won it.
It was and it was such a cute game.
Yes.
It was something that I would have looked at and gone, no offense, but like that's me learning that you can't really judge a game by its cover, even though I do. And if it doesn't, the more appealing it is, the more I'm going to want to play it. But this one was like just a little gem. Very unique, very easy, different, super light game that we're stoked to have.
So yeah, anything else you want to add to the whirlwind of Dice Tower West? It was fabulous.
Yeah, it was
fabulous.
It was so fun.
And our friend Doug, he'd never been either, he went for the first time.
He lives there in Vegas. A good friend. I've known him for 32 years.
And he had an awesome time as well.
He did. He got a 3-day badge. He came Friday night, brought his deluxe edition of Wonderland's War. He knows I love Alice in Wonderland so much and was like, you haven't played it yet? And he brought it. We played it. I was floored. I immediately just thought it was incredible, and I knew that I wanted it now.
And he was like us. I've always wanted to go, but I just never did.
And he was a highlight, having him there. He's so hilarious. Shout out to Doug. And yeah, I don't know. It was
a overall great experience.
It was a great experience. I want to go back. Since we've been back, it's been like intense, and we're just like, take me back to Dice Tower West.
So yeah, if you have any questions or comments, reach out to us. We're totally open to that because we do that as well.
Absolutely.
Don't hesitate. DM us on any of our platforms.
Comment anything.
Yes.
And thanks for following along and for your support. And I think that's it for now.
We'll see you next time.
Aloha.